Okay, so let's start on our backs. Oh, let the shoulder blades come to the floor. Now untie your back. You can hug your knees in, or we let the feet come to the ground. Maybe grounding the feet into the floor. After a busy day, allowing ourselves to ground. Tonight's practice is embodying that Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. And with our Warrior 2 inspired class, just dropping into a space of integrity, living a life of integrity, honest with ourselves and honest with others. Maybe a space of courage and strength. Let's breathe into the shoulder blades, the mid back, and the low back. And maybe bring the breath to the top of the chest, middle of the torso, and the low belly. Breathing into your entire being, the entire torso from hips to shoulders. And perhaps shifting into an area of your life where you feel really courageous. Feel that courage. And then balance it with compassion. And maybe notice an area of your life where you have an overload of compassion. And then balance that with courage. Our yin and our yang. As you're ready, slowly roll to one side, come up to seated. Our first supportive shape will be our seated butterfly. So adjusting the sits bones and the flesh, and the feet can be far, maybe they can be closer. So if you have them closer, it's gonna be more of that groin, and if they're further away, it's those hamstrings. And then decide kind of where you want to feel it again. And you can lean forward, or you can stay upright. Maybe you soften the gaze. Maybe you bring one foot in and one foot in front if you can't bring the soles of the feet together. Into more of a sukhasana, an easy pose. Otherwise, dropping into this butterfly shape. And perhaps bringing the focus across the top of the back. Down the spine. And a little boost to the immune system here as we nourish the kidneys in the back of the body. Dropping into awareness of the hips. Letting the breath go, and perhaps letting this next inhale be one of gratitude towards yourself for getting here today. Whether it be overcoming the technical difficulties of a computer or a full basement or changes of plans, we're here. The chin be heavy. Maybe notice any areas in the body that seem to be at a little more ease. Noticing the areas that are responding a little more loudly to this shape than others. And just be with that noise. See if you can soften the noise. Maybe it's a mantra. Maybe it's sending courage there or compassion to that noise. As you're ready, give yourself a deep breath in and then let it go. Really good. And let's drop into an affirmation. Maybe I am courageous. I balance courage with compassion. Whatever might land with you. Allow it to fill your entire being and guide you as an intention for our practice this evening. Knowing that there's nowhere to go and there's nothing to do, that you're here now and you're right where you need to be. Breathing in and breathing out. Arriving here. Give yourself another breath in and perhaps a breath out. And then when you're ready, coming to your back. Finding our first rebound of the evening. As we drop into our yin yoga practice. Notice the prana moving in a new way. Notice where in the body you feel the prana, if you feel it at all. Let's place a hand on our heart and a hand on our belly. Feel ourselves coming into balance with each breath. Breathe in. And exhale, let the breath go. And then as you're ready, let's roll over to one side. Bring your bolster close to you. To shape here. I've done this in a really long time. Supported side bend. So we'll just lie the side body on our bolster. Then maybe bring the arm with the head, under the head. And the knees can be stacked or they can be out, like your legs can be long. Maybe this upper arm, like the top arm, can rest on the block in front of the head. You can rest it behind the bolster. Maybe you rest it across the top of the head. Yeah. So allowing ourselves to just drop and drape over this bolster, opening this left side of the body or the right, whichever side you're on. Maybe feel the fingertips relaxing as we rest here on our side bend. Making any adjustments to the head and the neck as needed. Maybe noticing the prana flowing through that arm that's across the top, the side of the head that's to the sky. Bring the awareness maybe to the rib cage on the bolster. And then to the rib cage that's exposed to the heavens. And then drop into your breath, maybe dropping into your so hum sa breathing. Inhaling so, exhaling hum. Inhaling so, exhale hum. Maybe the awareness naturally falls to the third eye or the nose, or maybe your awareness is still wandering. That's okay. You can bring it back to an affirmation of the beating of your heart. Each breath bringing us home and closer to our highest self. Imagine these shapes supporting inner harmony of our physical body. And inner harmony of our energetic body. Feeling ourselves in complete harmony. And maybe if we don't feel it, just believing it to be so. Manifesting that in our entire being. Allow the palms to soften here together. Maybe ask yourself, what is the message here? And as you're ready, we'll gently bring that top arm across the drape of the head. Place that hand in front of the head. Press up with that hand. Bring the opposite arm next to it. Lift up and move that bolster out of the way. And then we'll come on to our rebound. Going on the floor. And onto the ground, maybe onto the belly. See if you can bring the spine neutral, whether you're on your stomach or on your back. Good. Feel the neutral cervical spine and neck. Allowing this energy to flow. Our heart and our lung meridians run along the arm and the fingertips, that shoulder. So it might not be uncommon here to have emotions surface, such as happiness or joy, grief or sadness, or even apathy, as we bring our energy into harmony. Allow whatever comes up to be there. We don't have to resist it anymore. We're allowing the energy to flow. So let that energy bubble up, whatever it is. Let it be here. And then trust that your highest self will either shed or integrate what is bubbling out. Maybe allow yourself to love yourself here. Allow yourself to see yourself as someone special and unique. Someone that you look forward to being with. Drop into a little bit of adoration for yourself. And then as you're ready, gently bring one foot to the floor and then the other. Lift the low back off the ground. Drop the pelvis to the floor. And then find that block. This is near that left arm. Press the feet into the earth. And then lift those hips to the sky. We'll bring that block underneath the sacrum. Once you get to that sweet little spot, maybe you walk the feet out a little bit. Yep, you shimmy the shoulders, move that ponytail out of the way. And then maybe you bring those legs long, just one at a time. See if that feels okay on the body. And if not, you can bring the feet to the ground, as far away from the block. And maybe you decide to bring those arms up overhead. Accessing the meridians of the small intestine, the heart, the lung, and the hands and the arms. And maybe this doesn't feel so good with the blocks, an option that's off the block. So our Sphinx pose, that will be in the belly, with the elbows under shoulders or in front, and the heart lifted slightly. So dropping into whichever shape that you choose. Softening maybe the space just below those collarbones. Perhaps feeling that compression of the chin on that throat, giving you a little support as we listen to our soul, becoming quiet to hear the inner workings of our being, the messages that this shape has to teach us through our soul. Let the soul speak. Maybe noticing tingling in the ears as that energy moves. Maybe you feel it elsewhere. Honor it. Just drop into this moment. Giving yourselves a moment to scan the palms, the hands, the shoulders, hips, knees, ankles, and feet. And then bring the feet to the floor, lift those hips up, remove that block, slide it to the side. And then hug those knees into the chest, maybe. Releasing any tension in the back. You can send, come into a happy baby, maybe. And then as you're ready, bring yourself into our rebound. Maybe letting go of any awareness. And how do we do that? Now that's the question. That's the query that we can just be in. Not always having to have the answers right away. We can be in the question, and just being in the question itself is often the answer. Just being is often the answer. Let's breathe in and exhale. Inhale. Let it go. Let the breath come and go one more time. And then as you're ready, I'm going to turn to my left side. You're going to turn to your right. And we'll bring that bolster underneath the opposite side. Coming into our slide bend on the other side. Just kind of letting it come just above the hip, under the armpit. The knees can be bent and resting, and legs can be long. And then we'll just bring that top arm over if you want. Really good. Nice breath. Let the fingertips soften in the knuckles, all the knuckles of our hands. Let the toes and the toe joints soften. The outer leg. Imagine the fascia that surrounds the heart. Imagining a gentleness to it. Maybe we don't have to guard our hearts so much. We don't have to be that Fort Knox of the heart. But maybe we need a little more courage or compassion. We need balance. Maybe we do need a little more Fort Knox. Maybe it's been a little open boundaries around that heart. It's giving ourselves balance and harmony. The eyes soften behind those eyelids. The cheeks relax. The elbows, the elbow creases relax. Sometimes we can just be and allow things to unfold. Other times we are more active in the unfolding. Maybe notice the meridian along the outer hip, that gallbladder supporting us, moving or shifting from indecisiveness or impulsiveness to a little more balance. Now, as you're ready, begin to prop yourself up so you can bring that top arm beside the head, press up, and then bring that bottom arm pressing up, back off the bolster. And coming flat on the back, run to the belly. Now we've flexed our spine on both sides and we've compressed it with our sphinx or our extended bridge pose. So now we can feel this spine come maybe neutral. You can hug knees to the chest if you need to. But feeling ourselves almost coming home here, letting that spine come home into neutrality. This neutral space, perhaps a little bit of equanimity in our hearts and our minds. Allowing the scalp and the forehead to relax, maybe even the hair on our head relaxes. Maybe as that fascia unravels, we lift the shoulders and place them back down on the earth. And coming into a new skin. Let's breathe in. On an exhale, draw that right knee into the chest. You can bring the left foot to the ground if that feels better, or just let that left leg be long. Giving ourselves a moment here to rest this digestive support posture. And it's shaped to give us some time here to evoke that drawing out and that sifting through, that distilling of our experiences. Allowing us to soak up and absorb what we can keep and allowing us to just let go, just like chaff into the wind. What we no longer need, maybe it's a thought pattern or perhaps it's a habit, just letting go here. And drawing in, letting go, and drawing in. Perhaps you choose to keep that knee drawn in, but bring the hand to the outside of that right foot. And then a half happy baby for the remainder of our time here in this shape. Yes, coming into that rebound, letting it go. Allowing that digestive fire, that Agni, to feel the support of the shape. Allowing our entire being to come a little closer home. Let's breathe in and exhale. And as you're ready, drop both knees into the chest. Maybe you come into happy baby for our entire time here. It's a happy baby. Or you can hug both knees in. We'll do our single leg here in a moment. So if you want to do both knees in, happy baby. Or maybe you want to do legs up the wall. And just let those legs reach for the sky. Relax the shoulders. The soles of the feet soften. Notice the way the blood flows in the legs here, whether they're straight or whether they're in happy baby. The back body on the earth. This warrior two inspired practice of integrity, courage, compassion, strength. Feeling ourselves integrating the experiences of our life or shutting them away. Allowing the energy within to move, to purify. Now, as you're ready, let those legs fold in, extend outward, coming into our rebound. Perhaps resting in our true nature as spirit here as we drop into peace. Let's drop into some peace. Dropping into wholeness. Maybe even dropping into the wonder of being alive, the beauty of being alive. And then as you're ready, exhale to draw that left knee into the chest. Let's give some special attention here to softening around the edges. With the feet and the hands, side body. Allow yourself to soften around the edges in other ways, perhaps thought patterns, habits, or self-talk, inner dialogue. Slowly bringing awareness to the base of the spine. And up the spine to that sacral chakra area, or savasana chakra. Below the sternum to manipura. To the heart space, anahata. To the throat, vishuddhi. To the third eye, ajna chakra. To the crown chakra, sahasrara chakra. And then descend back down from the crown to the third eye. To the throat chakra. To anahata, manipura, swadhisthana, muladhara. Let's exhale, release that leg long. Exhale. Let's drop into our rebound. Feel yourself surrounded by light, loving, light energy. Feel a shroud, a veil, a bubble of light surrounding you, holding you, giving you reassurance, support, and home. Feel yourself coming home here as your awareness moves outward and comes closer and closer into your being. Imagine your awareness coming to a translucent thread that flows from the root to the crown along the spine. See that small thread of light. Bring your awareness to your Muladhara chakra at the base of the spine. Let's inhale with all that light up the front of the body to the third eye. And our exhale, that light flows down the back of the body along the spine, the base of the spine. Up the front of the body, we inhale. To the third eye, and exhale down the back of the body. That light traveling up the front of the body, inhale. Third eye, and exhale down the back of the body. Draw that light upward to the third eye and palm. And on an exhale, just imagine that light flooding your entire being. You're full of light from the head to the fingers to the toes. Maybe it's pulsing rapidly, it's pulsing slowly. Maybe it's just a steady glow. Feel yourself fully alive. Rest in this light, this peace. Allowing yourself to feel as light or as heavy as you feel. As close to the floor, or as high above the floor as you feel. Allow yourself to rest in this peace. Allow yourself to feel, to drop into however you do feel right now. Allow your body to feel cool or warm. Heavy or light. Sharp or dull. Allow your body to be as it is. Allowing that spirit, that white light, to be as bright as it wants to shine. bringing your awareness to that light. Gather that light, follow it, wherever it leads you. Begin to bring awareness to your physical body, the container for your prana. Counting down from 10, 9, 8. Slowly becoming more aware of the room that we're in. 7, 6, 5, 4. Breathing to 3, 2, 1. Maybe you visualize your physical body. Maybe you visualize your spiritual being. Whatever it is, bring yourself to seated. Give yourself a moment to rest in whatever you want to carry with you off of this mat, out of this practice. Maybe it's the question. Maybe it's light. Feel yourself completely whole, completely present. There's nothing to fix. Let's inhale and exhale. Inhale from shanthi. Shanti, shanti, shanti. The light in you soothes, honors, and supports the light in you. Namaste.